So, Mel and I are over at the Lavender Line again today. First day open for the new year, 2025. Starting to build up with people. We've been over to see our friends at Riley's. And we've managed to secure ourselves a couple of tickets to ride in the cab on a steam loco. So that'll be nice. We're doing that at 11:30. We can only go one in the cab going up and one in the cab coming back, so should be quite cozy in there. Got the appropriate footwear, just off to have a coffee, so looking forward to the day. Just going to get to have a nice latte and a selection of cakes that Mel's getting from this wonderful little cafe that they've got at the station here. Refurbished to a high standard in 2020 due to the forced closure for COVID-19, the tea room offers a range of modcons such as central heating, Wi-Fi and USB ports, which make it ideal for small business functions and group meetings. If you'd like to hire the facility, then please contact the Lavender Line. Now, Lady Lisa, who I'm going to ride in today, was built in 1920 by John Cockerill of Serang in Belgium to the Type 4 design. Was supplied new to the Brussels gasworks, where she worked until 1967. Her duties were shunting coal wagons around the works. Following withdrawal in 1967, she was sent to a scrapyard where she was stored in a leaky shed with several classmates. In 1987, she was purchased by an enthusiast who brought her to the UK. She was restored to service at the Northampton and Lamport Railway by 1992 and subsequently ran on various railways around the Midlands. The current owner, Colin, who we're going to just see presently coming up, I'll tell you more about in a moment.
So obviously you've got the fire down there, which is heating the water. There's 120 thimble tubes that hang down into the fire box.
Yeah.
It doesn't have like a conventional boiler where the tubes run through the boiler. These are water-filled tubes. Water level is shown in the glass here. It's actually right at the top. Yeah. And then you've got the regulator, which is like the accelerator on a car that admits the steam to the cylinders. You've got the reverser here, which is forwards and backwards. Yeah. And also the gears effectively. You've got this controls the vacuum brakes, which work on the carriages. And this the steam brake that works on the loco.
Amazing.
And then you've got the vacuum brake on the... I'm ready when you are. Okay, well,
excellent, thank you.
Vacuum then, and then you might get the idea. Taking the brakes off on the carriage. And you go into forward gear. Green flashing guard.
As promised, I was going to talk about Colin, who also is in frame here, poking his head out the window, and is the current owner of Lady Lisa. And it was in fact Colin that renamed this locomotive Lisa. She wasn't Lisa when she worked in the Brussels gasworks. She was known then as Yvonne. And Lady Lisa is in fact named after Colin's wife, who's called Lisa. And he named her Lady Lisa, tongue-in-cheek. He told me it was so that she wouldn't have any problem with him frequently spending a lot of his time sort of running her up and down various tracks. Initially, when Colin bought her, he moved her to the Hollycombe Steam Museum in 2010, but moved her again to the Lavender Line in December 2013, where she ran for 1 year before being withdrawn for major boiler work, including a new firebox. This was completed in 2018 and she was returned to service once again. She's the only steam locomotive on the line at this time, so hauls all steam-powered services and is also available for steam driving experiences. Whilst Lady Lisa may appear rather unusual compared to British designs, it was a practical design which was very popular on the continent, with over 890 of this type built by Cockerill in 5 different sizes. The great majority, like Lady Lisa, worked in Belgium, France and Luxembourg. They were ideal shunting locomotives with small wheels, allowing them to move heavy loads at slow speeds. The short wheelbase allowed negotiation of tight curves in industrial sites, and the vertical boiler allowed steam to be raised relatively quickly. They could be steamed from cold in just 90 minutes compared to several hours for similar sized locos with conventional boilers. When in daily use and warm from the previous day, these locomotives could be prepared in only 45 minutes. Amazing, thanks mate. What was your name? Hamish. I'm Nick. Nice to meet you. Wonderful experience of Lady Lisa from the passenger compartment and from the cab. Definitely worth a ride if ever you're in the area of the Lavender Line over in Isfield in West Sussex. An unexpected stop on the return back to the station as Hamish the fireman went to get a jacket which belonged to one child who apparently earlier, along with some other children, had been throwing sticks and rocks on the line, and they'd been seen, but unfortunately, or fortunately, one of them had left behind an item of clothing which people on the Lavender Line will use to try to identify them.
Mr. Controller.